Hi, my name is Nixie. As you can see, today we are wearing our PPE, and that is because we are doing the characteristics of a buffered solution. This is for Chemistry 1406, and let's get to it.
This lab, you'll need quite a few equipment. You will need acetate acid, sodium acetate, indicator solution, an indicator chart, 24 well plate, sodium hydroxide solution, hydrochloric acid, digital balance, 50 milliliter graduated cylinder, 10 milliliter graduated cylinder, weight boat, 8 pipettes, 8 plastic cups, 10 ounces, small plastic cups, 3 1 ounce, and a wax pen, water bottle, and blank or white paper. Of this lab, you must label all 8 cups according to the lab manual. As you can see, one of them is acetate acid, water, NaOH, HCl, and etc. For the first step, you would prepare the sodium acetate solution with the 50 milliliters of water. It's putting 100 milliliters of water in the cup labeled water.
Let's prepare 50 milliliters of acetic acid in the cup labeled acetic acid.
10 drops of the universal indicator solution into the acetic acid. Repeat that with the sodium acetate and 20 drops into the water. Your next step would be adding 1 milliliter of NaOH in its respective cup and HCl in its respective cup. The 2 drops of the universal indicator solution in each cup. To make the 3.7 buffer solution, you need 9.1 milliliters of acetate acid and 0.9 milliliters of sodium acetate. 4.7 buffer solution, you need 5 milliliters of sodium acetate and 5 milliliters of acetate acid. To make the 5.7 buffer, you will need 0.9 milliliters of acetate acid and 9.1 milliliters of sodium acid. Put your Wells plate on a clear white surface, and then you'll put your universal indicator in 1 drop in each well. For this first row, you will put 1 milliliter of acetic acid in the well. You will follow by putting 1 milliliter of each respective solution in each respective well. Next, you will record the observations into your data table in your lab manual and compare it to the pH indicator.
Your next step would be to add 1 drop of HCl into the second well of each row.
Step is to add 1 drop of NaOH into the third well. Add 10 drops of NaOH into the fourth well. Your last steps would be to record all observations in the lab manual and save the acetate acid, water, NaOH, and the sodium acetate. Step is to rinse off in running water. 32, you will turn the well plate at 90 degrees so it can have 4 rows by 6 columns. Then you will add 2 milliliters of the pH 7 buffer.
Add 2 milliliters of the first dilution in the second row.
You will add 2 milliliters of second dilution in the third row.
Last, you will fill the third dilution in the fourth row.
You will drop 1 drop of NaOH into the second well of each row.
The next step would be to add an increasing increments of 1 of NaOH. So in the second well would be 1, and the third would be 2, and etc. Would be to record your observations in your lab manual, clean out your wells, and you're done with this lab.